Hi guys, this is the 24th day of the 31 Days of Horror, and for today the film I'll be reviewing is Mind Games. And this was a film that came out in 2013 and I watched it on Netflix, where there's always a plethora of awesome horror movies. That's sarcasm. So it's about a group of 7 friends who are on a trip, all in one van. They're going to a cabin in the woods. They get lost, it's dark out. A figure comes into the road, they swerve to miss it, they hit a tree, the car has been an accident, the car's not running, so they go on foot to find this cabin where they were originally headed. They come across a cabin that's lit, fully furnished. They see a letter, like a note left on a counter with some of their names on it, and they assume they're in the right place. So there's a lake there, you know, they're just there to party and whatnot for a few days. Everything's going well until they decide to explore a mine that's located nearby. And everybody kind of, well, is kind of wanting to explore this mine except for Rose, who's a character who is a medium because of a weird aura she's getting from it. In the mine, they see a symbol for Ouroboros, and they start to want to leave because they're sensing that something's not right with this mine. So after they leave the mine, more and more supernatural events start to occur. And the concepts of life and death and a cyclical, like, time loop come into play with the film. Now, this was a film that I really hadn't heard of, but I've read some reviews and people said that they enjoyed the ending. And it was an interesting ending, and the second half of the film is interesting, but I don't think it was even a pacing issue necessarily, but just the way that the story starts to unfold. Although interesting, wasn't quite as cohesive as it could have been. The acting was fine for the most part, except for the character of Rose, who's a foreign medium with a heavy accent. Her character got quite annoying because she's always spazzing and screaming and overreacting about weird auras she's feeling and warning the group about something weird. Her character got annoying quite quickly. So besides her, mostly the acting and characters were fine. But yeah, it had one of those interesting endings, which again, just because a movie has an interesting ending does not make it a great movie or forgive anything else that happens within the movie. Although it does help, it doesn't, you know, erase anything bad before it. But Mind Games, ultimately, I gave a 5 out of 10 just because I didn't feel it was quite cohesive or quite coherent as it could have been. But that was my review of Mind Games for the 24th day of the 31 Days of Horror, and as always, thank you so much for watching.